Hi viewer, today we will be answering the age-old question that I just came up with. Do 1.0 levels have any art in them? Before I show you any of the levels, can you guess what the most commonly depicted thing in them will be? Aside from pretty obvious stuff like smiley faces and hearts, there is one thing in particular that will show up multiple times in this video, which I found kinda surprising. Do you have a guess? Alright, if you said dragons... Yeah, I wish, man. If you said rockets, then... well, I'm glad you liked my video enough to be watching it a second time, but also you'd be correct. Coincidentally, the very first level I could find that had any sort of art in it is themed around rockets. It is very inconspicuously titled, Not Hard. Yeah, I see that, David. Anyway, what actually happens in the level? First you need to dodge what I think is a bunch of missiles, then there's this bigger one, and finally a rocket. You hardly see it when you actually play the level, but it's there. This level has smiley faces, being the first one to do so, and that's all there is to say. This seems to be some kind of creature. I think this is an icon waving its arms. This might be a skull. Oh hey, it's another rocket level. It's actually super similar to the previous one, but the structuring is a tiny little bit more elaborate. It makes me wonder if this is the first case of a user level inspiring another user level. I don't know. It might be. Here's a smiley face. You can't even get here without no clip. Here's the first level to have an arrow. Okay, I'm not gonna mention any more arrows. Hey look, it's yet another rocket level. And it's the exact same as the previous ones. Smiley face. This is clearly supposed to be some kind of creature. I'm pretty sure that's a face. This might also mean something, but I'm not sure. Here we have... Did this guy invent clubstep monsters? Half a year before clubstep was a thing? This guy is a whole spider, damn. And of course, there's some missiles in there as well, for good measure. Hey, it's a heart. Okay, now we have what I consider to be one of the most fascinating levels from 1.0. Asphalt 1 by Shalev 2003. This entire level is a 2D environment. The name suggests that it might be a racing track, but it definitely looks way more like a cave to me. Either way, what stands out to me about this Geometry Dash level is just how much it's not structured like one. It doesn't even have structures. Also, I have a sneaking suspicion that the creator didn't take it into consideration that GD is an auto-scroller. The path clearly makes a loop, and while you can access both the top part and the bottom part, the way you do it is pretty unsophisticated to say the least. Was this level meant to be played as a platformer? We may never know. Smiley faces. Another smiley face. I think this is a face. I'm not sure. 6 by player is home to this guy, this guy, this guy, and also this guy. Pretty cool stuff. Up next, we have quite possibly one of the coolest 1.0 levels. Trip to Jurassic Park by Jay. This level is home to not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7. This level is home to 7 unique arts of dinosaurs, and it's by far the most elaborate art we've seen so far. I don't think I can understate how good Trip to Jurassic Park is for its time. Smiley face, smiley face. This level has a heart. This level also has a heart. Pretty cool looking skull. Frisk Undertale! Here we have yet another rocket themed level that's just a tiny little bit more polished than the previous ones, except for the fact that it's physically impossible. Unlucky. Heart. Heart. More rockets! More rockets! And also a heart. Here's a level themed around going home. And sure enough, it has a house on a hill at the end. Very cute. Made by SJ. If you've seen my other videos, you might know where this is going. In fact, the next level is also made by SJ, and it's themed around a city. You've got all these buildings and these cars. Overall, this is another very solid level. It's only like the third one where the art is the primary focus. This level has a galaxy in it, which looks pretty damn cool. Smiley face! And now, we're getting to the level some of you have probably been waiting for. If you don't know the context, I have already talked about SJ Hell on this channel before, and the reason I found it interesting was because of the really impressive dragon art at the end. Like, this probably is the most polished art that appears in any 1.0 level. It's a shame that all 3 of SJ's levels are only around half a minute long each, because together they undeniably make SJ the best 1.0 art creator, and arguably one of the best 1.0 creators in general. But you can't point at any specific level and be like, yes, let's try to get this one rated! Because they're all so short. But I think the fact that people are admiring this creator's work 13 years later suffices. This level has the jumper icon in it. Isn't that adorable? Smiley face. Another smiley face. And that was, unfortunately, the last art in a 1.0 level. Yes, 1.0 didn't even have 2000 levels. Anyway, perhaps this could become a series where I look at version 1.1 next. Maybe?